Hi, everybody, and welcome back. Okay, so let's just quickly go over what we've previously done was take our shapes, and shapes are again two-dimensional. There's only two dimensions, the height and the length, and those are our circle, the triangle, the square, and the rectangle. We took those shapes now and turned them into forms, which is three dimensions. That means that we added on another side, what's called the width, so it still has height, length, and width. Now, with our forms, we also made them look 3D, like they were popping out at us by doing something called shading or using value. So that is the only way that our sphere looks round. It's because we added in that shadow. We started with the circle, added the value, and now it looks like it's popping out. So now my sphere is almost like a ball. And that's what we're going to be drawing next. So I'm going to show you the object that we're going to turn it into. Okay, you're going to draw with me now. So we're going to take this, and you could do it right on the same paper as well. So I will take my letter C curve. We're always going to start off with our shape. Start from our shape. I have my circle. Now I'm going to turn it into my sphere. So that means I have to go in, and I'm going to add that value. I'm going to add that shading. I'm going to rub and blend this again to soften up that shadow. Try to make it a nice decent size so your finger doesn't rub all on the outside. If you do go outside the lines, you're just going to erase it away. And now I'm going to turn it into a ball. And I'm going to turn it into a baseball because that's a really good sphere right now. So now I'm going to add what's called the detail. And my detail is just going to be extra little things in to make it look like the object that I want it to be. So I put in these curved lines, and now I'm adding some diagonals, and now it looks like a baseball. Okay, and a little bit darker over here. Perfect. Okay, so that is my baseball. Now I'm going to move on, and I'm going to turn my cone. I'm going to turn my cone into a party hat. I like doing that example. So those hats that you wear on your head for a party, I need to start off with my cone. Diagonal, diagonal. I have my up curve. Again, because it's round, I had that curve at the bottom, so it's round. In order to make it look that way that it's round and turn it into the actual cone, I need to add that value. I need to add the shading to it. So again, I went in that curved direction, following the bottom line. Add that in, use your finger. I'm going to come across like that, blend it, you can go in. Okay, don't get too dark. You don't want to make your value too dark with these objects. Okay, and now I'm going to turn it into a party hat. So now my hat has those little streamers at the top, and I'm going to have on this side the little opening for the string that goes around my chin strap here. Okay, so I have a little circle. That circle has the little band that's going to go around. I cross over the outside of this, and I'm going to come around, but I stop when I get to the other side. I don't do anything else. I stop it right there, and that means that I know it's going around to the other side. And there's my little party hat. Okay, now pyramid. I'm going to turn my pyramid into a tent. So I start off with my triangle. That's my shape. Now I turn it into the pyramid. I need to add that diagonal line. Go from the top down to add the width. That's my side. Now to turn it into a tent, well, I need that post that holds it up in the center. I tack it into the ground with my little pegs. So I have a little circle and a little line there where I would tack it into the ground. And now my tent also has an opening. So I have my little half of the door, and being a tent is made out of fabric or type of material, this part would flap back. It would come back. So when I go make it look like this is open, it comes up a little bit higher. I would tack it open and come down. But because my tent, It doesn't look, do that. Because my tent is dark, I have no electricity, it would be dark on the inside. So this is my opening to my tent there. This is the part that flaps back. And there you go. Add a little bit of value in the side. There'd be that shadow. Again, I'm going to rub it. I'm not going to focus on it too much here. Again, I'm doing my objects. Okay. So that looks pretty good there. And there's my little tent. Moving on. Gonna do a cube. Now, my cube, again, the rectangle, you could do a tall rectangle like this, and it would follow the cube rules. You have the cube that is below your eye level. So that means you see the top of it. We also have the cube that is above our eye level. Well, first I'm going to start with the cube, so I will be doing two. And I'm going to do the cube that looks like a box of tissues. So my box of tissues will be, now you could choose which one you want to do. You could either do the square, the cube, those little boxes of Kleenex, or you could turn it into a rectangle like this on its side. I don't mind. You pick which one you want because they both follow these rules. I'm going to stick with my little cube one for now though. So I have my square. I add my diagonals, diagonal, diagonal. This means it's lower than my eye. I could see the opening. And if I could see my opening, well, there it is for my tissue. There's the opening for the tissue. Well, I also want to have a tissue coming out of the box. So I'm just going to have this kind of loose, wavy line. Now, because this tissue is going up above, that really means now I have to go back and erase this. It's called overlapping. It's overlapping that. If I erase too much of my tissue, I could go in and redraw that. I would redraw the front of this. Maybe I'd just add a little shadow of darkening for my tissue there. And I would add a little bit of value on the side as well. Here is my tissue box. Like I said, if you want to make it a rectangular tissue box, that's fine too. Okay. Remember, if you ever erase, it's going to get it back to a pure white, so you're going to have to go back and rub it once again. And if you rub away any of your lines, you would simply just go back and redraw it like so. Okay, so there's my tissue box. I'm also going to do my cube. I'm going to make my cube be above eye level. That means it's higher than my eye. I can't see the top of it. And what comes to mind is when I see a truck driving by. I know that a truck obviously has a roof and it has a top to it like this, but it's so big I can't see it. The only way I know it has that roof and the top is by this horizontal line right here. So how about we make a truck? I would start with the front of it like my square once again. But remember, when it's above our eye level, it's different. I don't have 3 diagonal lines that all go in the same direction. I have one at the bottom that comes up, but now remember the top comes down. It's opposite. And that means my line gets closer together towards the back. Okay, I'm going to make my wheels of my truck like so. And the one in the back, and I wouldn't see the fourth one because it's being blocked. Okay, my tires. I'm going to make it look more round, something like that. I would have my windshield with a rectangle, some windshield wipers. I would have in my lights. I need the front few lines there to make the grill. So the air can flow through. And now because it's off to the side, I would have my door. My door might come down like that. And I have a window for my door and the little door handle. Okay, all these extra little details. And if you even want to write something, maybe it's a Coca-Cola truck, the lettering would get smaller as it goes to the back. You don't have to put any lettering if you don't want to. You can leave it just like that. It's up to you. Okay, but there's my truck. So again, I know that it's a big, actually maybe I would add in a little detail like that too at the top. Those horns or the lights at the top for the truck. Okay, so there you go. There's the top. It's way bigger than me. It's way above my eye level, so I don't see the whole entire top the way I do over here for this one, like my tissue box. Last thing is our cylinder. My cylinder, I'm going to start once again below eye level, and I'm actually going to turn it. It's not going to be a perfect cylinder. I'm going to say that this is when I have my coffee in the morning. My cup. My cup is a cylinder. So it doesn't have to always be perfectly vertical straight sides. This can be my cup coming a little bit, or maybe your cereal bowl in the morning. Maybe slight diagonals on the side. My bottom is that curve line. And again, it's below my eye level. If I was eating or drinking, I would definitely be looking down at it. So I have my up curve and then my down curve. Remember, that's called that ellipse. Okay, I have my handle. I'm going to double that up, and where it connects, again, to make it look connected, I erase. I erased a little too much, so I simply go back and redraw those lines. Okay, and there's my cup. Now, if I want to, again, make this look a little bit more real, I could add that value in. Maybe I have something in there, or you just see that it's a little bit darker. So I would go in that curved direction, and you could pull it down. And again, curved direction around here at the bottom, because that's my bottom line. And pull it across just a little bit. You can make it a little bit darker around the edges. Make it look deep into a cup. The deeper it is, the darker it would be. And there's my cup. All right. And finally, the last one is my cylinder that's above eye level. For this example, I like to draw, I think of my paint at school. Sometimes I keep my paint up on the shelf very high. So when it's on that high shelf, I can't see the full top to it. So I have my vertical sides. This time I am going to make it look just like that kind of cylinder. I have my vertical sides, my up curve, and now, because it's my above, higher than my eye, I have a down curve. That's my cylinder. But I have that little cap, which is almost like another little cylinder. So I just have another vertical sides, and another down curve. To make my label, now I don't want to just go straight across with two horizontal lines, because that will flatten out this whole cylinder. And the whole point of it is making it look round. So in order to make my label, I would go around the bottle, and going around a round bottle would mean I have to use a curved line. So I do an up curve and an up curve. So now it looks like my label is going around it. And let's just say that this is my red bottle of paint. Let's add that value once again. See, just it looks so flat without that value. And then as soon as I put it in, it pops out and it looks so realistic. Okay. So there you go. There is my cylinder. I could even put some in over here as well. Okay, and I could leave it just like that. All right, guys. So I know that I kind of went a little quick on this with you. So you're going to watch it step by step, slow it down, pause it when you need to. But I would like you to draw your baseball, the party hat for the cone, the tent for the pyramid, a tissue box, and it could be rectangular or you could keep it a square for the cube that's below our eye level, your truck that is a cube that's above our eye level for the front of the truck, our cylinder, which is our cup, and the bottle cylinder that's above our eye level, high on that shelf. And these are the objects. So next time when you go to do a drawing and you say, I can't draw that, that looks too hard, all you really have to do is look at the simple shape, look at the lines, line by line, draw that first, add in your width, okay, the top or the side to it, and add the value. And then all these little extra things like the label and the lines, all that line work there are all the details, and that's what will make your picture complete. Good luck. Take your time with it. I know you'll do a good job. I'm very proud of everything I saw you do so far, and have fun with it. All right, good luck, guys. Bye. One other thing that you can do that I wanted to tell you, and I know I put it in the lesson plan, depending on how long these drawings take you. If this takes you a very long time, you don't have to do this. But some of you, I know, have been looking for extra things to do in art. So if you're looking for something extra and you had fun doing this, I want you to go on a scavenger hunt. You can go around your house and try and find some objects that are the sphere, the cone, pyramid, cube, and cylinder. And you can draw those and send me a picture of that as well if you'd like. You don't have to do it. It's, again, only if you want to do something a little extra, you want to keep building your skills, you can go and find something. The first thing I'm going to show you is I have my son, I went in his toy box and I found kind of like the baseball that we drew here. So I found a sphere. The next thing was I found in his train set, it's almost like a pyramid. It's his little tree here. Okay, again, I'm not looking for things that are exactly like the exact forms, but if you find something that's similar, you could either draw it or you could just take a picture of it like I'm showing you right now. So here's this little tree, again, that's similar to a pyramid. The next thing that I found was for a cube was his block. So here's his little block right here. That is a perfect cube, and it's lower than me. I could see the top of it when I hold it like this, and I see the top of it. I see a side, I see the front. There is my below eye level cube. I also found his little school bus here, which again reminded me almost of the rectangle that's like a cube. Now if I hold this higher, if I hold it like that, I know it's off to the side, you don't see that top fully. You could see the side over here, the front and the side. So that could kind of be like the cube above the eye level, depending on which way you're looking at it. If I do hold it like this, then I do see the top of it. So again, it would go back to my cube below the eye level. It all depends which way you're holding it and how high it is, either lower or above your eye. And finally, I also found his little beach pail, which is my cylinder. And again, here is that opening right here because it's lower than my eye. And maybe if it was upside down or up top, okay, you see like that, then it would be like the cylinder above eye level. Again, it depends which way you're holding it. So as an extra bonus, once again, you can draw objects that you find around your house if you'd like to, or you could just take a picture of it if you want to show it to me, or you don't have to do it at all. It's only if you want to do a little something extra. All right, I'll be interested to see who can show me what you find, though. All right, take care, everyone. Bye.